Well, Alex here with Wisconsin Computer Club. Welcome back to the shop. And tonight I wanted to talk about video games again. And one of my favorite things in video gaming is when these weird fly-by-night companies out of China, typically China, I guess a few other countries have done it, they will try and sell a bootleg video game console that is aping on an existing video game console. And I'm not talking about just some of the weird, standalone things. I'm talking things that are specifically trying to capitalize on the success of another real product. And there's a lot of them. There's tons of them out there. There's lots of examples. And it seems like kind of the late 90s in unto about kind of the mid-2000s, these things really thrived. I'm not saying they're not still around today. They're still being manufactured today, absolutely. But it seemed like some of the most creative and bizarre and just unhinged things all came out of this kind of unique band of time. And today I want to talk about one. This one came our way, courtesy of Javis. One of the guys from the Wisconsin Computer Club, and these guys have decided to pack a Famiclone video game console into this, a Nintendo 64 controller. Now, I know the Nintendo 64 has its apologists. There are people who say that the controller's not all that bad, and I disagree with them. It's okay for you to be wrong. The N64 controller is not great. I can see how it's functional. If you get used to it, it's okay, but these guys have actually taken it one step further. I think they've made the N64 controller worse in every possible way. They've actually made it ergonomically more terrible, and that is a feat, I think, to be commended. So this is a Famiclone. These aren't terribly uncommon. There were a lot of companies that actually did pack a little Famicom chip inside of one of these kind of knockoff N64 controller-looking things that then you'd plug into the TV or whatever, and it would play the games that way. But they didn't have all these weird little accessory things stuck onto it. Now, they're all pretty much powered the same way. This one is powered off of battery pack. This one is AAA's. The other one I've got somewhere around here is AA's. You can plug NES cartridges into the bottom if you are, want to play them in the worst possible way. It only plays certain ones. A lot of times they just don't have the voltage together to actually load the ROMs. But this one has a little chip on board and it has a bunch of knockoff Famicom games. But obviously, you're all wondering, why is it shaped like this? Well, that's because it has like a pistol grip in there, and then it's supposed to have like a light gun. So I'm not sure if these LEDs are supposed to light up or not. They don't seem to do much of anything. Oh, no, they do. Okay, earlier they weren't doing it, but yeah, okay. So it lights up the LEDs when you pull the trigger when it's not turned on. So you can zap with it and use it like a pistol. And what in the world? Why would you do that? Why would you take something that's already not that great and just do this to it? QC pass. I doubt that. So let's take it on and put it on the Daewoo. This one, oddly enough, it does have cords here. It's got RCA plugs instead of an RF modulator, which is unusual for a Famiclone. And it looks like it has stereo, but it is not. It's actually only putting out mono on both. It's putting mono out on both channels. So I'm assuming these are both just wired to the same port. I did test that on the other TV. So we'll just plug it in like so, and we will turn it on. There we go. VS Max 95 in one. Wow. So we have a start button here. You got to kind of push it there. It shows you a splash screen for what, kind of like what all the buttons do. It's not on the screen for very long. And then we've got a whole bunch of games here. We got, oh boy, Obstacle Race, Boat Race, Cowboy, Forest Guard, Space 2050, UFO Shoot, we'll come back to that. Aether Tiger, Zero Gravity, Super Elf, as opposed to regular Elf, Future Copter. There's just a ton of stuff in here that are all obviously things they've taken from other platforms, other existing NES games. I'm sure they just moved over here. So you got Mars Man, Mars Bomb, Tunny, Spar, Strange Pop Pop, as opposed to a normal Pop Pop, Egg It, High Jump, Long Jump, Triple Jump. I'm assuming, these are probably all just California games. They've broken off into individual things. Yeah, these are all just, 100-meter dash. Witch Run. We have to check that one out, I think. Let's see. Defiance, Thinker, Climbing Club, Bird Brain, Need for Speed. I bet this is probably the one from the PlayStation, isn't it? Not. Monster Dash. There's actually, assuming the numbers here are right, this might actually be telling the truth about how many games are on here. Yeah. They're not in any particular order, but 95. Yeah, it looks like, there's actually it didn't lie about how many games are on there. That's probably a first for these. So we're going to start with UFO Shoot because this has to be seen to be believed. So it's going to load this screen. You can't actually navigate this menu. All the buttons, none of them work for this. So we're just going to hit start. And here we go. This is, if you can believe it, a Duck Hunt clone. And I'm sure this is an actual game that's on the actual NES somehow. But, oh wow, I actually got one. Yeah, it's just Duck Hunt, but it's got little UFOs. I think it's the first one I've ever actually gotten with this thing, so it's very particular. But it does work. It does actually work. You can actually use this thing as a pistol to shoot your UFOs, and that is, what in the world? I can't even. So, I'll reset. We'll go back to the start here. There we go. It shows you that. But you might be thinking to yourself, well, this is great. I mean, I can play all these just dreadful, knockoff games here. But what if I want to play with this dreadful game with my friend? Oh, you can. You can, good sir, or madam, or other. You can use the other controller. It has two of them. This one also has the weird cutout for where your rumble pack would have gone, but there's no cartridge port. They're using the same mold, I'm guessing. And this one has a 9-pin Atari plug on the other side, and you actually plug it into the bottom of this one, right down here by where the video goes in. And then you can dual wield them. So, let's see if I can get back to that cowboy one. The joysticks actually work, which is impressive. Yeah, let's do. Yeah, let's get them. Can we get them to do stuff? I don't actually know how to play this one. I thought it was an actual shooting game. Yeah, you guys probably know what this is, but I don't know what this actually is. So, what is a shooting game? Oh, foul. I didn't do it right. Oh, I must have clicked one. Okay, so, we've got like, what is this, oh shoot, I don't remember the name of it. Pop It. That's the game I'm most familiar with. Pop It would have been the one on there. Okay, so the blue button does that, but you can kind of see here, I can actually move the joystick in, I mean, it's mostly cardinal directions because that's what it wants to revert to, but you can actually get it to go a little bit diagonal there, which is impressive. So yeah, you can, it's weird because it's almost functional. It's like there's just enough here that like this is almost a functional game system, but this is the worst controller. Oh my goodness. I can't even, I do not understand how such a thing could even exist. So I think I promised you one more game here. Let's see, what was the other one we were going to look at? We were going to look at, Witch Run. Yeah, let's see what Witch Run is. Witch Run. Oh, we've got a little MS Paint Witch here. What is Witch Run? Oh, we got a, oh wow. Is this a, oh. Oh my goodness, it's a shoot 'em up. Oh, it's a dreadful shoot 'em up. Wow. What am I looking at? I love it. I love it. Okay. So, this thing is totally fabulous. It is bad in every conceivable way, and yet at the same time, I love it, and this is great, and you will definitely see more of this at future Wisconsin Computer Club shows. Speaking of which, we have another one coming up here. It's going to be on June, I'll put it on screen here, because I don't remember the date offhand. It's first Friday of the month. We're going to be at the Marathon County Historic Museum. We're going to be in the basement again for another one of their retro game nights at the museum, and that's going to be a fun time there. So if you're in the Wausau metro area on that night, stop on by and play some games with us. We're going to have some fun. You too can play Witch Run, the greatest shoot 'em up that has ever been. Wow, so cool, so great. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the stream.